Monday, August 24, 2020. Good morning and welcome to the first edition of the program Good Morning Salon for this week, where they come to you from the Society for Radio Democracy 98.1 FM. We will bring you this Monday edition of the program Good Morning Salon. Musa Kamara na minim.
And Mina Mabel Kaba, good morning. Inside this Monday edition of the program Good Morning Salon, the Director General of the National Telecommunications Commission, NATCOM, Daniel Kaitibi say, NATCOM they begin register phone them by force for let people where they use phone them for do bad crime then tap for do so. According to the Minister of Energy, Alhaji Kanjasi say, by September this year, contractor then go begin do the Bo and Kenema network rehabilitation and expansion electrification projects. And inside the program this morning, the Salon People's Party, SLPP, don't make President be your leader for the Salon People's Party. What in this mean for the party? You go know inside the program.
Well, this and plenty other stories them plus the Commissioner for the National Youth Commission, Golo Kata say, plenty young people where they learn different skill them not able to get work because they not get certificate, where they show say they do the work where they don't learn. Members say they listen we live on the internet on www.radiodemocracy.sl, courtesy of Usiwa and powered by AfriCell. And same way so they listen we live from Radio Shalom 89.5, where they cover Koinadugu and Falaba district. And same way so Radio Malen 88.5 and Radio Wanji 101.1 na Pujan district. Radio Colenten 90.5 na Cambia, Radio Moa 105.5 na Kailaon district, and Surf Voice of Karine 98.0 na Kamakwi. The program na Good Morning Saloon. You can be part of it by way you can send a text message to the number 0779819881. 0779819881 are the number for sending a text message and be part of the program Good Morning Saloon.
The first issue we will look at the program this Monday morning. Now, outside the Minister of Basic and Senior Secondary School Education, David Senge, don't pull the Zero Makeshift School campaign na do. Outside this campaign for make government build better school for picking them where they attend government school them in different parts of the country. Well, David Senge talk this. We plan international together with the ministry. Go hand over the two district education community primary school them. We plan international don't build in a Potloko district. Princess Pias gets more ego reports.
We use this opportunity here for opening this school and self man. Plenty thank you. And for the beginning we got for Kaya this year and all the ones in the future, congratulations and thank you.
Voice of the Minister of Basic and Secondary School Education, David Senge, be they pull the two district education community primary school them, we plan international bill na Kase Chiefdom, inside Rope Tenti village and Benkia village na Poloko district na do. Usai is say, this initiative we plan do, they in line with the ministry in work for CC, picking them achieve quality education at the country.
In the Ministry of Education, we get about 14 what they call guiding principles. One that they call a radical inclusion. The other one we call on comprehensive safety. The other one we call on quality teaching and learning. And then the final one, the universal access. I want to tell thank you to Plan and Recognize Plan, because we and Plan, we don't do work together, not to inside the work mode start. We go, we launch radio program nationwide, and then they give radio, they all sign out this country. Then they suppose we go picking them, and we account for opening school back in this community here.
David Senge continues to say, as part of government in plan, for address the plenty challenge them, where school picking them within at the upline parts them, they get with accommodation. Make it all launch the Zero Makeshift School campaign, and safe, been promised the people them na Kase Chiefdom say, they go ensure say, then get senior secondary school after with the paramount chief and this chiefdom been raised this concern to them during the ceremony say, this chiefdom no get senior secondary school.
I want to use this opportunity for launch waiting with the call the Zero Makeshift School campaign na Salon. That means say back for them when they not school them, we they change them back for them day. That means say the school picking them we can see that one that take the land book we go build school for them. The school where they can build with stick there, the school where they beat where they can build with palm body there. Over the next couple of years, all government school that we get in classroom there, we don't want them at all. and make we say records in inside Route 10 that they will launch that campaign then. I want to use this opportunity on behalf of President Bill and give the Casa Chief Kagbanta Senior Secondary School. Where school open October 5, we begin then we been the plan for move going to other town. We don't listen to una and we don't hear una.
As they work, na for say pikin dem get quality care, better education and attention. Make the country director for Plan International, Evaresinda Ngaya say, the reason we make Plan International they continue for build school them, na different community them na the country. Na way for help vulnerable pikin them get access to basic education and safe environment.
As Plan International, as community leaders, because of our determination to make sure that our vulnerable children, boys and girls, have access to basic school education in a safe and inclusive environment. This is our version of radical inclusion. Honorable Minister, a safe and inclusive environment empowers. It protects and it transforms lives. Together we can change the stories of our young people. We can only do it if we continue to give priority to basic and secondary school education in this country. Plan International is ready to partner with you, Honorable Minister, and the government of Sierra Leone to empower community and to protect our people.
As then two community had don deprive for long term for get better side for picking them for go school. Make I been talk with some of the community people them, but wetin dem think about the new school them wey Plan International don't build for them na dem community.
When rain come or heavy wind come or this start with a fear, then the accommodation not being so good. So the sitting accommodation, the structure is a problem. So teachers them now, even they bluff. Because when the accommodation for Pekin be decent, teachers themselves will come neat, it go come back neat. So with this, even the Pekin themselves will get a free and free fair environment.
This new building, because we'll not be get good building. But we tell God thank you, what government so can make for this building. Yeah. So God themselves now going they sit up at the dry place because the toilet not be get this one. You're going to come, they soak there, they will self they afraid for small brothers then.
School you know be there fine. You know get bench, you know get fine place now, but no more you get. But now you know can make a fine. We fine, we glad for saying we'll be back in our school.
Then community people here end up at your Plan International and then partner them say then go make good use of the opportunity we plan don't get to them picking them and see say themselves get access to good education. For Radio Democracy, Princess Pierce the reports.
The program na Good Morning Saloon where they come to you from the Society for Radio Democracy 98.1 FM. Well, as he said, we headline today. One part we headline the Salon People's Party. SLPP don't make President Bill leader for the Salon People's Party. What in this mean for the party? You go know inside the program. Well, for sake of that, I want to welcome Lahai Lawrence Lima, the National Publicity Secretary for the Salon People's Party. Good morning, welcome to the program. Good Morning Saloon. Okay, this BN10, the National Executive Committee of the SLPP, being give mandate to the National Executive for set up committee for review the SLPP Party 1995 Constitution as amended, and 29 June 2019, the Constitutional Review Committee being get the mandate for get a draft constitution. August 17, 2019, the Constitutional Review Committee of the party been present the new draft constitution to NEC of the party for national consultation, will take 90 days. And this process been done, and now we see the new draft constitution of the Salon People's Party, where Lahai Lawrence Lima therefore talk about. First of all, Lahai Lawrence Lima, what will lead to this review?
This so the constitution they done day before the party been going opposition in 2007, especially when you consider the leadership of the party being different from the national chairmanship of the party. But then when we go into opposition, the then leader and flag bearer of the party, when have been Solomon Bearer of blessed memory, either not being get the strength for continue in political drive, it being get for like relax, and at the end of the day, vacuum being for corner the party in terms of political leadership. The chairman, by in designation, not being get the mandate or capacity by this constitution for make able for execute the function of leadership of the party. So at the time when we been get Mr. John Opunjo Benjamin as chairman of the party, a particular conference where then go, we not been due yet for elect political leadership for the party. So we been see the need for, and other members and we see the need for also merge these two offices. And the office been done become now leader and chairman of the party, where it means say, A9 they provide political leadership, at the same time they provide administrative leadership of the party. So even USA you been get flag bearer of the party when they go into sensitive political decision making. Sometimes the flag bearer even might not be represented in the party because the leader and chairman they provide both political and administrative function of the party. And so that's been to create a lot of issues, even USA maybe personality conflicts go there or conflict in interest go there in certain issues. So all of them and they've been create serious internal strife for the party. So this time around, when of course stability don't there within the party and even in the country, the membership of the party being for dim and fit say, let we look back into the constitution first for try for make sure say we review the constitution and harmonize them with section 35(2) of the national constitution, and that it will also be in alignment with all national laws we relate to political party functions, and we for make sure say we provide a political party way a democratically viable. And so that not been the reason we make the need for this constitutional review being for come up. And after a series of consultations, Nabo and being for agree and set up the committee. And then we being for come now the CATCO conference, so say, waiting the work of the constitutional review committee, we don't do them put them forward to the conference. And then we go for deliberate on issues, item by items. And then at the end of the day, the conference being for adopt this constitution, we also go through the necessary procedure for go through PPRC for make them go able for publish them so that every Sierra Leonean go able for get access to this document and make sure say then look them through and look at in democratic functionality and whether they get any objections for put those objections forward. And that now been the duty also of the party for work with the PPRC for make sure say then look into some of them petitions then the way people get or objections where people then get regarding some of the text or even the phrase or clauses within inside the Constitution, if particularly so not aligned with the national Constitution or other legislations in the country. So after it don't matured and don't go through them stages, then it don't become an official document of the party. And we mean say now, under this Constitution, the president the leader of the party, and also this very constitution provides, say, when a appoint in running mate could serve as deputy leader of the party. And then it provides, say, once we go further in an event to say the deputy leader self, with time will get aspirations for leadership of the party if we resign in position as deputy leader 1 year ahead. And then other supporting organs then also and other functions them in terms of also how we been on to do things before some slight changes then they like also even in the functionality of calling meeting with the Secretary General, also issues then they or controversies then they or the Secretary General not there around, the chairman can also delegate that responsibility to the Deputy Secretary General. Before this time will not been get something like that. And also now you get like the youth wing of the party, we now would call them the Youth Council, then SEC can get their own conference, and at the end of the day, the leaders can be can be adopted at the national conference, we then SEC will become national officer. The same thing go for the women councils as well. We also get the Elders Council, where then SEC are very powerful supporting organs, where they support and assist the national officers for able for make sure say the party viable for discharge. Within this constitution, don't say the party. They may say as to how we for run the party.
We can continue for look at the changes them we don't be inside the constitution now compared to how it been dated, and specifically apart from the position of leadership, we don't go to President BO, they can look at the issues and the but other than the individuals them we been get this assignment for reviewing our constitution.
Well, I can't say that now on top of my head here now, but I know say the Constitutional Review Committee was chaired by the now Attorney General Minister of Justice, Lawyer Brewer, and well, we get other key party members them also we constitute that committee there. We are not going to actually readily name here now.
So taking into consideration the issues them where you just don't discuss, but for say na them parts and una look at for change na the constitution, taking that decision, the membership at large, na them being agree say na them side and they for change na the SLPP 1995 constitution as amended.
Say again, please, sorry.
The side way una change na the constitution, na the membership at large, agree say na them specific areas and they want to change na the party or not just una executive council.
Well, not over executive council. In fact, the party is structured hierarchically. The most powerful organ or functions, the most powerful organization of the party, apart from the party constitution, now the National Delegate Conference. And the National Delegate Conference now get the mandate for determine how the party for run, and waiting the party they adopt, waiting the party not for adopt. So now then get the mandate under waiting this constitution say. So after then consultations, then of course they need for even review the constitution, then look at them and do consultations right across the country, and then those consultations, after that, the next meeting begin for set up a constitutional review committee. Of course, we get the mandate for also set up that kind of committee, and then the proposal we then put together. The document will be a proposal we then put together and put them forward to the National Delegate Conference. In the National Delegate Conference, now they now we're able to look at every items, page by page, and then we're able to go through. And then the National Delegate Conference being able to adopt this particular document. So yes, the National Delegate Conference now the most powerful organization of the party, where they represent all the views of party members, and so whatever decision we the conference agree on is binding on every member of the party.
So after the submission of the draft constitution to the executive committee, it will take 90 days of consultation within 3 months. Would that and would that them the party consults?
All the organs of the party, talk about region, districts, people them know more way now stakeholders way matters, and at the same time also because the party is represented by certain levels of authority. If you go at the zonal level, then get a zonal authority and zonal executives and all. So then one and this SLB don't do consultation first with the membership, and then at the end of the day, the committee go across and try for also engage, consult with stakeholders and even sometimes individual party members. We're able to arrive at this decision.
So now we look at major changes them inside this constitutional review we in bring come.
Well, critically, in terms of you look at the 1995 constitution, varying from this. One, the leader and chairman of the party being a fused office. In other words, now one person been on the run these two positions. And so that one, they don't also try to amend that, they don't separate her now. Now, you get the leader of the party, where in the look at the political functions of the party, both at party level, at national and international levels. Whereas you also they look at the chairman of the party, where in the administrative head of the party across the world. Wherever we get SLPP membership, now they provide administrative leadership for the party, and it consult with the leader of the party, and then if now for call meeting, then it can also direct the Secretary General for call meeting.
We can just ask if the chairman of the party, they look at them functions the way you talk about, waiting will be the responsibility now of the Secretary General.
Well, the Secretary General basically now in the administrative head of the party, because we got the National Secretariat. We comprise of all staff of the party, even district secretaries, regional secretaries, and all administrative runnings of the party across the world na the National Secretary General, na the head of the administrative, the secretariat of the party. So the chairman actually na in the preside over meetings. I mean, na in the chair meetings, na in the preside over meetings, and na in the also direct the Secretary General for call meeting after I don't consult with the leadership of the party. So, beside the Secretary General not there, or the Secretary General seems not for making himself available, and there is need or urgent need for make the party go able for meet, the chairman now can also direct the Deputy Secretary General for make able for call the party to a meeting. Before this time, some strain been there in that particular area, wherein if, let's say, for instance, the chairman directs the Secretary General for call meeting a bit reluctant or is somehow sluggish or reluctant even of a call meeting, it'd be a little strenuous society around for make the chairman will go to the deputy for instruct him for call a meeting. So not, we don't clearly express and now in this review constitution of the SLPP, we a document we don't come in force now and we're binding on the party. And so we also look at even the Youth Council and the Women's Council, the way that they conduct themselves now and how also they be part of the national executive, it'd be a little different. First, both the national youth, the young generation leader and also the Women's Council, the women's leader, have been directly inside the National Delegate Conference, then they elect them. Now, the young generation, they get their own council, wherein they get some what you call conference, their own national delegate conference, they elect the leaderships then they. And then after the elections, then leadership are now going to be adopted by the National Executive Council. We now go also give them the authority for become member of the National Executive Council, especially the young generation leader. And also with the Women's Council as well, then they get their own conference at their own levels. And then the leadership, when they elect the party, also they adopt the women's leader and deputy as national officers of the party. So these are some of the slight changes that we actually this constitution get for look at, and also increase the delegate status as well. The national delegates, the last party constitution being gets a specific number of delegate status. This new one now, or this new constitution don't look at the delegate status, and that don't increase also beyond the number we been on to provide. Then also the elders councils, very critical also, a very critical supporting organ to the party, especially USAI, the national executive, know they do their work as prescribed by this constitution, then get a strong role for play for make sure say then keep the party functional.
All right, continue for the between at the studio. Lahai Lawrence Lima, National Publicity Secretary for the Sierra Leone People's Party. Today at the program, we look at the change them way the SLPP don't make na the party constitution. Also, the new constitution don't provide for the President BOB, the leader for the SLPP. We'll continue the program and look at more issues.
Well, inside the program now, the Director General of the National Telecommunications Commission, NATCOM, Daniel Kaitibi, don't say the compulsory phone registration we NATCOM go begin do. Go tap people where they use them phone them for do bad crime in the country. He talked this after one stakeholders meeting with NATCOM, Olu Civil Society, media, and other stakeholders them for talk about the compulsory phone registration where they go can begin in the country for tap the crime them where people they use through mobile phone them. Kaitibi talk more to Alex Lawrence Kurma inside this interview.
We've had a lot of issues with phone theft, loss of data, and the delay and slowness of the necessary stakeholders in responding to customers. And so we think and fit say that we as a commission should step in and see how we can reduce or stop the exercise, because phone theft really is a big operation. Now money-making venture where thieves, believe say they go take your phone and go sell them for pittance. And so we want to reduce that urge for me you thief phone, because once you thief from this time around, once you thief from, because it's registered within our database, once you thief from and it's reported stolen, we will immediately stop it from being used.
Right. With this, looking at the perception of Salon people, them say go register your phone for doing compulsory for register. For one point of view, now look at them for say this nice securitized method one for bringing. But in the area of the public perception. How now we will overcome where people not go begin think otherwise, say, oh, somebody want to tap into my information and all that.
The reason why we engage stakeholders, we will engage the people as well, try for allay their fears. Today, me not Director General, tomorrow will be anybody. And so I not go put anything we go ever get for affect me tomorrow either. So we go engage people, we go try for convince them, but the thing is, we not force anybody for, I will talk again, not go force anybody for register your phone. But your phone, any phone with 3G, 4G, compatible need for be registered because then are smartphones. Any equipment that 3G, 4G compatible need for be registered because then are smart devices as well. Then one and then thief man and they go after. So man they broke into you motor car just for thief then you have. A lot of for instance, then Samsung Note 9, Note 10 they all they use. Now in our notepad, now we book. Now they will get all we data information also on work and all that. If somebody thief on your hand, he don't send you back 10, 20 years. So we go convince the people, we go engage them. They move on. It's not to anybody who they go after, not just that we need for protect consumers. And me say now one.
So in other words, if you get small phone, then normal button phone them, and not compulsory, not for big compulsory for register.
Well, we're not going to force anybody for register, but if you see and say it's necessary for register, you register. Because now your phone also. But I know we can't force you to say go register your phone. If you know how to do it, you not do it. The only thing is, eventually, you said you will see the need for make you register. If somebody broke into your house and thief all that phone triangle, if somebody broke into your house and take you phone them, whether it's PRSP or Apple phone will cost 10 million or a phone will cost 40,000, you go on for protection.
So this now something we get some parliamentary powers.
We currently get regulations in place. Type approval now one. That type approval now any equipment we can into this country, telecommunications equipment we need for CM and approval. So as a commission, that's one of the things. So basically, this falls under type approval. It also falls under the current cybersecurity bill, where the Right Honourable Minister of Information, they try for carryable in Parliament, and also don't pass the committee stage. Hopefully, it will go to the main well. Stop that phone from operating.
So many people know say when it's SIM registration, they go with the mobile operators. Phone registration, now they go with NATCOM.
It's NATCOM per se. It's a company that is, they can't do them for we. Yes, like people have been talk, people we do presentation then talk. It also they help government in raising revenue because a lot of phones they smuggle inside to the country also, and I really don't see them. So going forward, once we don't go through this one, we get people in different crossing points into the country. We go, they look at. So wherever you probably get NRA, you also get NATCOM. So you bring phone cam, we will not say not go through the normal system. We check them, you will pay the taxes where you need for pay. So it's complementing each other. We get NRA, NAS, NATCOM, we get other public institutions we get for benefits clearly from this.
In other words, when business person bring the phones and before you sell them, we have registered already.
We need for register already. So at least in that body not going to be passed on to the consumers. You understand? Because if you already pay taxes, you don't need for guy pay back. So we need for get down the done. Make sure say they're not smuggler inside. Make sure say people and pay the taxes so they need for pay, and that means more revenue for government, more security for the consumers.
So in a case where when I begin to enforce the law, then somebody gets a sophisticated phone, whether within the 4G, 3G or more, when I get way for track, say this person registered.
It's simple. It's what they call blacklist, whitelist. The blacklist basically, if your phone not registered, it will fall within. As soon as you put on the system, the network, any one of their network, then